Welcome to a Culture Course production where we help you attract the top talent and create a company culture where your team can thrive. This episode, we are talking a little bit about leadership, a little bit about you and your role as a manager, a boss, and a leader. How to be someone who listens well. We've all heard that term, a visionary, right? But you as a leader, you as a manager, to create an awesome company culture, you need to be a listenary. Someone who listens intently, listens intentionally, take time to listen well, pursues your team to listen well. And here's why. If you listen, that simple act of just listening lets your team know that you care. Forbes did an article, and they said what employees really think about their boss. That's what's the name of the article. And in that, they mentioned, hey, those who answered yes to the question, my supervisor or boss is someone who cares about me as a person, listen to this, were statistically more productive in their jobs, according to a study of over 10 million employees. Over 10 million people who were employed by somebody else were taken through a survey, were taken through a study, had lots of different statistics, and not only were they able to answer questions and answer the question, my supervisor or boss is someone who cares about me as a person, they answered that question, but the people who answered those questions were also measuring their performance. The people who performed well, high-performing people, a large percentage of high performers were able to say, you know what? My boss cares about me as a person. Doesn't just squeeze everything they can out of me. Doesn't hold the relationship with me as white-knuckled, but is actually open-handed, listens, and cares. There's all kinds of different things that we could do to be really great leaders, but listening, being a listenary, intentionally doing it, man, that can make a big difference. This week's episode is brought to you by Culture Course, culturecourse.com. We have someone in the course who owns an HVAC and a plumbing company. And if you know anything about the people that are in that field, that are the sales reps and or the people that are going out to the homes, fixing the air conditioning and the plumbing, hey, they're kind of a different breed of people. There's some really, really great people, but they can be a group of people that's tough to manage. And Colby Julian, who's the owner of this company, he was having some issues with the culture and really having a hard time managing it and wrangling them and keeping them in. Well, just the first few pieces of information that are in Culture Course that helped them fix the mindset to help make sure the team was motivated correctly and how to create the proper company culture purpose was big for them. It helped turn things around and really made them appreciate actually wanting to be business owners again. So if you are having a hard time with your company culture and you think, man, I don't know how to wrangle these types of people in, Culture Course can help with that. Check it out at culturecourse.com. All right, so your rebuttal to this is probably something like, hey, Grant, I don't want to get too close to my employees. Every management and leadership book and other things out there that I've read is telling me I shouldn't be their friend. And you know what? Frankly, I don't want to be their friend. I want to be their boss. I want to be authoritative, and I want to tell them what to do. Well, maybe. We can debate about that. But you do need to be friendly. I'm not saying listening to them means you have to be their best friend and they disclose to you their deepest, darkest secrets. The Forbes study says my boss, my supervisor or boss is someone who cares about me as a person. And if you listen, that shows that you care about them as a person. They need to like you, and they need to know that you care about them. They don't need you to be their best friend. That's not what I'm arguing. They just need to know that you care. If you take time to listen, that's a huge, huge deal. Now let's take it to a whole different level, all right? Taking time to listen, letting your team know, letting your employees know that you care about them. Let's think about how to grow your company. Is there anyone anyone in the entire world who knows your business better than your employees? I mean, shouldn't you make it an active practice that you're trying to gain feedback and information about how to grow the business, what's going well, what's not going well, how to improve, how to serve people better, how to do things better than what's currently being done? There's no one else in the world who's going to know how to do that better than the employees that you have, because they live in the business almost every day. So being a listenary, being someone who's listening to your employees and listening to your team, will not only let your team know that they care, so that they know that their boss cares, so that their performance increases. Again, over 10 million employees were statistically proven to be more productive if they knew that their boss cared about them. But you're going to be able to grow your business because you're going to get some really great ideas. And that has been so true of my business. We've had so many different iterations and changes, whether it be internal technology, ways that I communicate, things that customers experience, all kinds of changes in the over decade of time that I've had Stewardship open. And we offer so many different things to our community. We do home loans, insurance, investments, financial planning, anything and everything basically that has to do with money. So you've got to know I've got to be able to make adjustments. And it's my team that's giving me so many of these amazing adjustments. Again, you guys, my employees are amazing people. And when I listen to them well and they give me that feedback, I'm able to grow my business. So here's your call to action this week. Having an open door policy is not enough. Having an open door policy is not enough. You need to pursue your employees. You need to create for them environments that they can give you feedback where you are able to listen. The best way to let them know that you want to listen to them is to start asking them questions and shut up. Just ask them questions, look them in the eye and let them talk. And if they give you a short response, ask another question that requires more of a response. Let them talk and just listen. Call to action, stop with the open door policy, and pursue your team this week. Ask people on your team questions. Maybe it's about how things can improve within your company. Maybe it's about how they're feeling about their job. But maybe it's also, hey, how are things at home? How's your wife feeling about the job? How are your kids doing? I know that you have kids in this grade, or maybe they're graduating from this, or they're entering into Little League, or whatever it is. Just ask them questions and let them talk. Don't have an open door policy. You pursue your team. Have a policy where you set the precedent of being the ultimate listener, being a listenary, because that is going to let your team know that you care about them. And statistics tell us that when employees know that their boss cares about them, they perform way better. Here is to being an awesome listenary and having amazing performance from your team and your employees. Have a great week.